Today I'm out here in Carmody Lake, which is a spot in central Wyoming, and we're looking for Sweetwater agates out here. There's a whole lot of nothing happening out here. So the Sweetwater agates that we're looking for are dendritic agates. They're supposedly somewhere around this place, and that out there, that frozen little splotch in the distance, is Carmody Lake. But unknown to me at the time while I was out here, these agates had a little bit of a secret. Some of them are radioactive. There's actually uranium inside quite a few of these Sweetwater agates, not enough to harm you, but enough to have a little bit of fun underneath a fluorescent light. Okay, this could be one. It's got a little bit of a oxidation or something on the outside, but definitely has an agate-like texture, the right shape to be a little nodule. I have no idea really what these look like when they're found in the dirt. I've just briefly watched a couple of videos before coming out here, and it's always hard to tell when you actually have it in your hand. Oh yeah, definitely some wildlife out here. Probably a rodent burrow of some sort, and then maybe, if you're lucky, a rattlesnake has moved inside. This might be another one, right next to these cactus plants right here. Kind of a round, bulbous nodule. There's another piece right here with a strange, almost amber-like glow to it. Looks real opaque until you pull it up into your hand. Not sure what either of these are for sure. Alright, I don't know that any of those were too exciting, at least not without cutting them open. I really have no idea. I'm going to try to go farther up the road and just find a spot with larger rocks around. There was just all kind of small debris in this first spot that I checked out. You seem to have found some larger rocks. They're just all lining the side of the road here, which that's usually the case. You'll find a lot of what you're looking for in the gravels of the spots that you're exploring sometimes. Yeah, they're not usually that red color. You're looking for like a clear, transparent chalcedony with little black tree branch-like dendrites inside. Alright, here's something with a little bit of green inside. I think the nearby Granite Mountains region, kind of near Jeffrey City, has some green mineralization to it. Big red stripy piece of granite. Here, I'll get some snow on there, use my hand to melt it. Some pretty looking rock, but nothing spectacular, I don't think. I'm getting really good at finding a whole lot of nothing out here. This is the third spot we're gonna try. I try to mention this in every video that I have when I'm in a really remote spot like this, is that if you're out here alone, make sure you just don't lose sight of your vehicle. I think it's a good rule to follow. And especially in a place like this that's so isolated and cold. What do we think on this one? I'm saying 1871 Miller Lite. Alright, here's the last spot we'll try for today. These have all been off the same main Bureau of Land Management road. I just kind of pull off into different spots and then just start seeing how the rock changes. And then for this one, since I haven't really found too much it seems promising, I'm just going to try to look all inside this wash here. Right away, seeing some kind of colorful quartz. Almost looks like amethyst or rose quartz a little bit there on that edge. I'd maybe loosely call that amethyst. Here's some quartz that I initially thought was ice, but very glassy. This looks almost like a concretion or like a chert nodule, something like that. Oh yeah, see, now that's close to what I'm looking for. It's a little tricky to tell with the light, but it's very faintly translucent. Has a waxy look to its surface as my camera freaks out while it focuses. That could be just a little chunk of one. Ooh, hey, that's unique. Different than most everything else I've seen so far. That's feldspar. It's got a flash to it. Looks kind of like orthoclase feldspar if I had to make a guess. The advantage of being in a place like this in the winter months is if you can handle the cold, you don't have to worry about snakes and ticks and all that other stuff that comes out to get you in the summertime. Or sunburn. It's kind of a decent trade-off. You just do a lot more walking because some of the ground is, you know, obscured by snow. In the wash, the dominant rock sort of changes. It looks kind of like this limestone looking stuff here. All right, I think I finally might have found one that I'm pretty confident at least has a decent shot at being what's referred to as a Sweetwater agate. Now if you look at the edge, it's kind of got that like darker grayish glow, and then right here you can see some black speckling kind of just to the interior here of my thumb. Hard to know if that's going to be dendrites or not until I can actually get a cut on this, but this is the one I felt, you know, most confident might have a good chance of being a Sweetwater agate. All right, so now through the magic of video editing, we are back at my house here, kind of near Fayetteville, North Carolina, and it's July now instead of February, and I want to take a look at these Sweetwater agates just a little bit closer, because as I was researching these, I learned something new, that apparently some of them can be radioactive, which makes sense based on some of my surroundings out in the Sweetwater Valley of Wyoming. So here's what I think is going to be fun. Next to me, I want to go inside my little water heater shed, and in there it's nice and dark, and I keep some rock back there, and we're going to take a look at it underneath some 365 nanometer UV light. And ideally, if there is uranium inside some of these agates, they should glow a very distinct shade of green. So, for reference, on the right here, you'll see this is uranium glass. This is uranium glass from the Fenton Glass Factory, which closed down in the mid-2000s in West Virginia. And the reason I'm showing you this is because the uranium itself is what's fluorescing. And now we're going to take a closer look, don't mind the mess, at these agates from Wyoming. This is the first one that is not an agate. We're still going to look at this one underneath the fluorescent light. This is kind of that amethyst looking rose quartz piece that we pulled up. Not super exciting. The ones I'm really interested in are these guys. So these nodules, I want to see if any of these are Sweetwater agates, and the way to do that is by looking at them, and if they have a fluorescent green appearance similar to that uranium glass, we should see what we're looking for. And it should confirm real quick that there is uranium in some of these. All right, here's piece number one. Not super fluorescent, but a little bit of fluorescence there towards its center. Little fluorescent, kind of a peach orange color. Moving sideways to my left, this one has some orange fluorescence to it, which is not what I expected. I was thinking these would be more of a green, which is pretty cool. To our left, another really nice, vibrant orange fluorescent piece. You can see to the left there, some green is sneaking in. We might have an actual one here. Some really awesome fluorescence here on this one. This one here, I think that is definitely some uranium content inside of that guy. That's awesome. Let me flip that over for us. Sorry, I don't have a better way to present this besides my dusty rock shed. This is gonna have to work for now. And it looks like we have another one here. Just a smaller piece, still some nice green fluorescence coming from the uranium within. I have no idea how to end this video though, so I guess here's some footage of me driving through the Tetons to meet some friends for snowboarding in Big Sky, Montana. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Slow down!